Galactic Federation of Light Update, July 21, 2015. 7-ik, 0 Vibe, 11-ik. Drazzo. The world is beginning to crack into two major parts. The Dark Cabal is furiously as well as unsuccessfully working to maintain its millennia-long advantages. These traditions are straining under the forces of the Light's broad legal attack. There are as well limitations being forced upon the Dark's fraudulent worldwide banking networks. Almost weekly, the Dark attempts to create a situation that can eventually lead to war. These strategies are as well failing. In fact, a pattern of gradual collapse is now the norm for this cabal and its many minions. Meanwhile, our earthly allies are jointly discussing how best to finish off this former group of global power brokers. A new monetary system awaits the time for its formal declaration. This proclamation is likewise waiting for the final grand push, which is becoming a sure fait accompli for the Light. What is presently missing is the addition of the governmental portion of this growing Grand Alliance. In many major governments, those in charge are currently arranging for the needed redirection of governance, that is to restore the rights of their people, and permit a series of major arrests to happen. The stage is being set for a true quiet revolution, which is to allow your world to return to a state of peace and unheard of cooperation. The Dark shudders daily at the degree of progress that our earthly allies are steadily making. This story is still mostly unheard by you as it is surrounded by a vast cloud of dark misinformation. The idea is to confuse the masses by maintaining through lies that nothing has really changed. We deeply wish to rise above this set of smoke and mirrors. We repeatedly ask our earthly allies to disclose at least in part what is truly happening. Their reply is that this great disinformation helps them by making the cabal believe that its odd strategy is somehow working. It allows them as well to move forward in their unique surreptitious manner and at the right time to spring a new reality on the Dark Cabal's leadership. We feel instead that a more upfront campaign can work as well, as it can keep you somewhat in the loop. The earthly light forces continue to stay adamant that it is basically a self-defeating strategy due to the nature of how the cabal operates. As these strategies move forward, we can see how the light intends to push the dark from power. To the Dark Cabal, wealth and power are everything. To them, their ability to be immune from the laws, which govern everyone else, is a sign of just how important they seem to be. At work, the light is slowly surrounding the dark with alternatives that promise to be overwhelming to them. This process, they mutually cite as how this once powerful enemy can be conquered. The dark, in turn, continues to depend on strategies that right now are mostly not working. This is because the Anunnaki are no longer in the picture. In fact, these former overlords are advising the earthly allies on how best to defeat their former charges. Hence, it is expected that sometime in the next months, this strategy of the light is to yield the expected results. The fall of the Dark Cabal is in reality only the beginning. Our landing is to come only after new governance and a new financial system are fully in place. Before then, a number of events are to happen. These are to set the stage for your meeting with your mentors. All of these amazing events were a part of a prehistory that was put into motion by the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki had agreed with heaven not to make any further modifications to what the Atlanteans had done to you. Yet, the Anunnaki dearly wished at the proper time to change you drastically into dumbed-down human robots. This robot was to be their slaves and allow the Anunnaki to move into the inner circles of the evil Anchara continuum. This plan meant that first the Dark had to make your ancestors completely compliant to their every command. The result was the 3 Golden Ages. This process was to fail, and after the Great Flood, you were deposited across this globe. The Dark Overlords knew that soon heaven was to revisit this realm and free you from the confinements imposed by the Overlords and their minions. Our past monitoring of the solar system, and especially Gaia, constantly revisited this process. In these visits, we encountered the Anunnaki and reiterated the numerous decrees of heaven cited to us long ago. These told of your liberation and return to full consciousness. Blessings. We are your ascended masters. This world is being prepared for a most blessed event. Long ago, heaven permitted a dark overlord to rule over this land, provided that a certain number of special rules were carefully followed. If the Anunnaki greatly veered from these agreements, a perilous situation was to be swept away like so much unclean water. The Anunnaki followed these divine edicts and were able to dominate humanity for nearly 13 millennia. The Treaty of Antara ended this rule and brought peace to this galaxy. We are the ones who carefully watched these scalawags and faithfully reported any small breaches committed by them. Now we are in a most sacred time, which is to allow each of you to at last reach a reality that is to be filled with peace, freedom and prosperity. It is to be a time when we can freely walk among you. Even now, it is much easier to help you than before. The rising energy of consciousness forms a reality in which your concentrated focus can truly achieve miracles. Every reality has energy, which is normally quite weak. Use your added ability to focus as a tool to accomplish goals. The increased amounts of spiritual force can over a short period of time permit you success. To do this, abandon all negativity and frustration. Ever keep in mind that each such exercise requires not only focus, but as well a great deal of inner projected positivity. Grow this asset inside you by providing a calm and helpful energy. This is to be the foundation for what you intend to do. Once you feel positive and spiritually strong, begin to take a time per day in which to project this energy. As the details of your positive projections grow, you can start to see how these visualizations are to permit you to alter your reality. Then, like a snap of lightning, you are to succeed. You live, blessed ones, in an age that is at the very pregnant point of switching from evil to light. Numerous events are coming to fruition. These events are to quickly change how you look at this still limited reality. The sacred point is that together we are ever expanding, and thus allowing you to succeed. Take advantage of this and use your own positive energies to accelerate this change. Become even more aware of the exciting possibilities, and join in by adopting your own version of these visualizations in order to move this realm into a new era of love and light. Together, we have the ability to greatly strengthen the actions that our earthly light forces are taking to provide the freedom, peace, and prosperity that you so righteously deserve. We intend to daily open up the means to aid you in this most blessed series of events. Together, dear ones, we can be victorious. Today, we continued giving you messages that outline what is happening now. Everywhere on this sacred orb, individuals have come together to remove the power of the dark and push them to the sidelines. There is still much to do. Nevertheless, the time of freedom and victory is very, very close. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya, Syrian for B1. And be enjoy. Channeled by Sheldon Neidl. www.paoweb.com